Sorry about that. It's hard to talk to this mask and mask these days. Oh, COVID Halloween. Well, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, today we're here to showcase and welcome Trevenant into the Arbor League. Right, he's a tree grass ghost tree that we're going to be welcoming onto my team and into my gym. Working along with some crazy teams here. He's going to be working alongside Sudowood and some of my other members. So let's get into these battles and see how it goes. So we got Sudowood, the counter user, in the front, baiting out the dark or the fire in the back. And hopefully Sudowood can clean up and Trevenant can close. Into our first one here, picking up a very negative lead against Medicham. So I switched directly into my hard counter, which was a mistake, I think, on my part, but he's staying in here. So I'm just going to build up to the Shadow Ball and bait the Seed Bomb here. These Shadow Claws are really adding up. This is a very positive matchup for Trevenant. We outpaced the Medicham. As you can tell, the counters are doing nothing, but he gets to a move here. I wasn't quite sure how much an Ice Punch did, but he baits with the pop. This is awful. So now an Ice Punch will definitely kill. So I'm just going to go directly for the kill shot here. Shadow Ball and get that Medicham out of the way. Or at least threaten that last shield. And there it is. But then he swaps into a stupid bear trap. This is not a response to Trevenant here, because we're still grass. We're resisting those mud shots. I think he switched just to get some rock slide damage off, but we still outpace the Stunfisk here, getting these seed bombs off. And I switch back into my Sudowood. At this point, I can just counter down the Stunfisk. I get to the rock slide just to get some chip damage off, because this is a kind of a brutal counter down. I want him to get to an Earthquake, and he lets it go. But he does get to the Earthquake, so I am, even if the Earthquake here, I'm okay with this, and he does, I can come back in with Trevenant or Executor and gain some farm. One Confusion takes him out, Shadow Executor hits hard, literally made of paper, but Medicham comes in here also to get Confusion down. And I'm going to respect the Ice Punch here, because 6 counters, but he baits me again, which is unfortunate. I'm just going to go ahead and go straight Seed Bomb here against the Azu. I think the Psychic may have hit harder, but we'll see. Seed Bomb doing a ton of damage. Coming back in to Shadow Claw the Azu down, getting to that Seed Bomb. There's an Ice Beam would have taken us out. And as I said earlier, Trevenant does win CMP over a lot of things, so that's pretty key for winning matches like this. Now this one I threw Grottle in there as a Razor Leaf. I was having some trouble with some Scrafty, so just some fast move pressure. We'll see how it goes. Getting into our next match here, up against the Nidoqueen. Kind of neutral, I suppose. I mean, we resist the poison jabs, and they resist our counters, but we're both going to build up to our ground moves here. They get to their Earth Power first, so I'm going to shield, and hopefully they don't bait. Correct shield. There we go. We're going to build up to our Earthquake. Well, I'm going to build up to their Poison Fang and bait, because I know they're going to shield this one. But they don't. But I did see how much that resisted Rock Slide did, so I'm going to go for another one here, because this is definitely going to get the shield, because they don't want to get low on health. They end up throwing, so I do call this as the Earth Power. Yes, it was correct. I was worried that was a Poison Fang bait, but I'm just going to go ahead and counter down here. They do get to their Poison Fang, which we do resist. Here, it does get us very low. I was also worried about them sniping here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the Rock Slide. I wanted to win the lead here. I could have countered down, but wasn't quite sure about those Poison Jabs. So that Poison Fang does allow Scrafty to get one counter in, but we don't quite faint here. Switch into our Trevenant, and this is sort of bad news because one foul play will do a lot of damage here. So, in a lot of these matchups too, even the bad ones, see, ouch, that hurts. So I'm just going to go straight for the Seed Bomb, and we get to it. Sorry, I got distracted there, but I was saying a lot of these matchups with Trevenant, if you end up baiting with the Seed Bomb, you can just end up going straight Seed Bomb here, because we're going to get countered down, which is okay here. So this is what I was talking about here. We can just tank a foul play. They didn't go Power Up Punch on the Scrafty. They did go foul play, so we can just Razor Leaf here. Even if this is a foul play, it's not going to take us out. It will do about the third of our health. I was just worried about what was going to come in. So we do get to Razor Leaf down. And we got an Azom Bomberil in the back. Let's go. So I was counting the bubbles here. I counted a 5. Failed the sack. Very nice. But we still get to the energy ball. And this will take out the Azumarill. This is getting a little sweaty here. I don't know why the opponent didn't throw, but we take the win. So let's get that one. Up against the Mole Dave. Mole Dave. Into Jellicent here. This is a terrible lead. Switcher will go out of here. Razor Leaf down this Jellicent, and they throw 5 hexes before switching out into their flyer. I was thinking about going for the energy ball here to get a chance at lowering their defense, but if they no shield that, we're looking bad. So I'm just going to go for the neutral body slams here, and they shield for some reason. This is okay. They're going to go ahead and throw their sky attack here. We can come back in with Sudowood and tank these. This is sort of treated like, well, this is a grass hole team of sorts here. We've got Sudowood leading the grass hole team, so even though the counters are resisted, we can tank sky attacks and we'll get to their pressure their shields with more rock slides. So this is what the Altaria should have shielded. I suppose they didn't know how much a body slam would, or didn't know Grotto's moveset. Haven't encountered it before, but yeah, Sudowood can tank these no problem. The Jellicent comes back in, and I did try to switch out at that point, so I'm going to have to shield that Shadow Ball that they built up to before, and then I can just come in with Trevenant here and Shadow Claw them down. This was the Bubble Beam bait, so I shouldn't have thrown on the CMP tie there. I just wanted to make sure they weren't going to get to a Shadow Ball, but we were lucky that the charge move didn't go through. We get to Shadow Claw them down, leave with a Shadow Ball, and this is where Trevenant really shines. You lowered my attack, you got bubble beamed, that's okay. Here, eat the Shadow Ball. Here, you want to eat a Seed Bomb too? Yeah, I'll give it to you. 1 Shadow Claw, 2 Shadow Claw, Altaria counter, confirmed. Oh, lock on? I'll have that for lunch. And I will leave with another Shadow Ball before you lock on me down. And I think the opponent has realized that was a brutal farm down. Throw that Shadow Ball, come back in, try to snipe with the Sudowood, not quite get there. Flash Cannon gonna go off. We do have one more shield. That's okay. Counter down, and I'm pretty sure Rock Slide would have done it, but wanted to go for the 100% guarantee here. Sudowood coming in clutch. Tree team taking the win again. Up against our next opponent. Another horrible lead and a Jellicent here. So again, I'm going to switch directly into my Razor Leafer. But this time they switch out quicker. And so I'm just going to go straight Body Slam here because, yeah, the Energy Ball is going to be double resisted, whereas with Altaria it would have been single resisted. So his play after me getting some chirp damage off is just to farm me all the way down. So I'm going to be able to get to this Body Slam if it wasn't for lag. So I think the opponent also threw because of that lag, which gives me a better chance here when I bring back in Sudowood because he's not at another Sky attack. But because of that lag, I don't know how much energy he is at. So I am going to be shielding up the Brave Bird here and calling it correctly. So he lowers his defense, leaves us less farm, but that's okay. We still leave with a Rock Slide, and a Scrafty comes in. Here I recognize I'm not going to get to the Earthquake, so I bait the Rock Slide, hoping it is an Earthquake, but he doesn't shield. Now, I know he's going to go Power Up Punch, so my play is to build up to this Rock Slide and catch onto the Trevenant here, hoping this is a Power Up Punch. And we call it correctly. Nice sack, bro. Now, the problem is this next foul play will kill, so as I said earlier, just going to go straight Seed Bomb. We outpace the Scrafty before he gets to his foul play, but he lets it go. I think that was a mistake by the opponent because his play was to throw that foul play and get my last shield. I know he's got 2 shields on Jellicent here, but we get to these Seed Bombs before the Bubble Beams or the Shadow Balls here. Now, I have to call this bait here, but I really needed Trevenant to close for me because I thought I could get to these 2 seed bombs here, but he baits me, so now I can't. I'm only going to be able to get to 1, but he still gets to the next move before me because he baited. So now this Shadow Ball will take us out. We're down a shield. So with Sudowood, we have to build up to 2 here and at least bait. So I build up to the Earthquake, and this will be getting the shield. I don't believe a Rock Slide will KO, but they had to shield and respect the Earthquake, and they do shield. And we get to the next Rock Slide. I think the opponent overfarmed. So mistake on their end, but that leads us to the big W here. So Sudowood will come in clutch. On to the next one. Dream Lead up against Skarmory here, unless they're some Spice Lord running Flash Cannon. So just going to build up straight Rock Slide here. There's no point in building up to the Earthquake. Rock Slide does enough and it's neutral. Plus we get stabbed from it. So as we can tell, that's fair enough damage. And we sneak a counter through. So we're going to get to our next Rock Slide before they get to their next Sky Attack. And I think the opponent also realizes that, because they count to 5 and make it a beautiful catch onto their Medicham here. So I'm just going to throw the Rock Slide, which is totally okay with me. We can come back in with that later. They've locked their Medicham onto our Trevenant here, and this is where going straight C-Bomb helps. We're so spammy. Trevenant can just overcome Medicham here. We don't even need to go Shadow Ball, getting those shields. But they do get to a move before us. We're going to respect this Ice Punch here, but they bait us again. Womp womp. That's okay. Straight Seed Bomb. Again, I was worried about them getting to another move, even though they Shadow Claws chunk. Getting that last shield, absolutely beautiful. And that brings me to a point that I want to share with you here. Just wanted to show you guys over on Pvpoke that the last 2 key wins listed for Trevenant are Skarmory and Sableye. So let's go Trevenant for countering your otherwise hard counters. Guess that's why it's number 2 on the leaderboards. Going up against a student here, so we're going to have to take it easy, I suppose. Leading into Fortress here. Pretty neutral matchup. Our counters are neutral. These bug bites are resisted. But he does have access to Earthquake and Mirror Shot. So I'm just going to go straight Rock Slide here. Do some neutral damage. Now I should not have shielded this Mirror Shot, because it would not have KO'd. It's kind of a crappy move, but it could lower us our attack. And if that's the move you have, a straight Mirror Shot, more energy efficient. Now he didn't shield this and he's letting it go. I'm going for the aggressive farm down. He's going for the Mirror Shot here. I do have to shield this, unfortunately. I would have survived it, but I would have gone down to the bug bites after. So now an Azumarill comes in, and this is just hard counter city from here. I'm going to bait. There's no point in baiting. I should have gone for the Rock Slide. Sorry, the Earthquake, because I come into Razor Leaf down this Azumarill, and Marowak comes in. Now we're in Agony City here because everything's resisted. They're going to get the Shadow Bone off. It's not going to KO. It's going to get us very low. So all we can do is just throw this Body Slam. We're not going to get to the Energy Ball. We're going to throw this Body Slam here for some chip damage. But nothing's going to cut it. We're looking bad now. Marowak uses Shield. Grotle became confused. Grotle hurt himself in confusion. And Sudowood comes in. We're not quite able to make it to the Rock Slide, unfortunately. So even a Shadow Bone. This Bone Club, yeah, that's going to be taking us out. And we're going to watch Trevenant here to die a painful death. Now, I threw the Seed Bomb here just to get another shield. I thought, maybe they might shield Shadow Ball. They shield the Seed Bomb, and we're not even able to make it to the next move. This Shadow Bone will KO. Sorry, Trevenant, that was my bad. Can't win them all. Up against, oh my god, no, Jovi. Oh, nobody? Oh, 90-day reference. Anyways, into our Greedent here. These Bullet Seeds doing super effective. Our counter's doing super effective. But he throws after 3, so this is just going to be a Body Slam, which is resisted. Sudowood can tank that, no problemo. I'm going to at least try to build up to the Earthquake, bait a shield here. I could have thrown a couple more counters, but I'm going to hope for a shield here. But he doesn't, so I'm going to keep countering down. Now, he did build up to the Crunch here, so I am going to shield this. We could have survived it, but I wasn't sure about surviving the Bullet Seeds after. And they switch into a Kosukie. But I'm late on the switch, and now they're ahead on energy. It takes 7 Shadow Claws for them to get to any move, so we will outpace them. I'm going to have to shield this Shadow Ball, build up to my Shadow Ball, and throw the Seed Bomb, and hopefully get a shield with this one. Now we will outpace them to the next Seed Bomb, and this is what I mean about Trevenant, is that you could go straight Seed Bomb in most matchups. Because as you see here, we get to yet another Seed Bomb, and we get yet another shield. And now they're at their Dark Pulse or Shadow Ball here, but that's fine. We can let this go. We've banked some energy on Sudowood, so all we have to do is just wait on this switch clock here, and hopefully they don't swap. They throw 1 Shadow Claw, and we get to throw this Rock Slide. So this will be taking out the Kosukie, because our Executor did not want to see that. Now you're going to see something here. A Talonflame comes in. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? In the Obviously, my win condition was countering down the Greedent there, and I didn't mean to throw it. I didn't want to throw it, but that's just what happened. We come down to get absolutely annihilated by this Talonflame. I thought the Confusions would have chunked a little bit more, but having that Rock Slide would have been crucial because this attack is vamped up. They're at another charge move here, and Sudowood is crying the blues home tonight. Sorry about that, boys. What do you say? Beers on me down at the ranch later. Let's go. Into our next one here. Up against Registeel. Very positive matchup for us. Counter user in the front. We can counter this down, go for the Earthquake, but they end up switching out into a DD. Okay, perfect. Bring in our Ghost. Shadow Claw this thing down. They've overfarmed a little bit. They're definitely at a Psycho Boost, so I'm going to throw the Seed Bomb here and Beta Shield. Perfect. Hopefully you get that, threaten that Shadow Ball. And they're massively overfarming, so I think they're just going double Psycho Boost here. I should have shielded the first one because the second one isn't going to do that much. So that was a mistake on my end. They get an extra counter in. I get an extra Shadow Claw in. Now I don't have to shield the thing because the next Psycho Boost will do even less. This tells me they're running Thunderbolt, otherwise they would have gone for the Rock Slide. So I'm just going to go straight for the farm down here. Those counters aren't doing much at all. Waiting for that Registeel to come back in, throw the Seed Bomb. I think I meant to throw the Shadow Ball there. I was going to bait anyways. I don't know why, because they're never going to shield the first one, because now I'm looking rough. So I am going to throw the Shadow Ball for now, and I think that was a misclick on my end. Shadow Ball still doing a fair amount. Now if I landed 2 Shadow Balls, we would have been looking great. Or if we threw the Shadow Ball first. I don't know, because they're not going to lock on us down. So they realize that. They have to throw. That's fine. We can bring in Sudowood here to counter her down. We've already got some energy stored on him. So now we're at a Rock Slide for whatever comes in next. Even an Earthquake and a Shadow Swampert comes in. Now, I threw the Earthquake here to grab their last shield, because we haven't revealed our Executor yet, and if it's a Sludge Wave Swampert, then we're looking pretty rough. We come in and snipe them anyways, so GG's. What do we got going on in the next one here? I believe this was the Scrafty lead. Yes, it was. Okay, so you're going to see how we deal with it here. Ready? So go into our Executor, and then we see a swap into the Spooter. Now, we resist the Volt Switches, and I believe we can Confusion all the way through if we just shield once. Now, they haven't lowered our attack yet, so I'm going to throw the Seed Bomb. They are going to be pressured to shield, and they throw. Perfect. And we sneak another Confusion in. Perfect. All we have to do is shield once, and we can Confusion through the rest of this Galvantula and leave with a Seed Bomb. I believe the Scrafty is going to come back in. Yes, it does. I go for the harder hitting move. I know maybe I should have gone for the Seed Bomb, but the Psychic was going to hit harder, and we needed to pressure a shield, which we got perfect. And the Scrafty throws. At this point, I can let this go. It's going to be the final play. It will take us out, but they pop us. So I switch into my Sudowood, which I think was a mistake because I was afraid of getting farmed down with Executor. They were resisted counters, but Executor's glass, especially Shadow. So we shield a pup. That's not great. Now a Jellicent comes in and they give up Switch and their boost. We're going to rock this Jellicent's world here. This Earthquake coming through. Not a problem. I know we've been debuffed, but Jellicent's out of move. Shadow Ball coming through. This will take us out. We still have Trevenant in the back, and they Bubble Beam us. This allows us to get to another Rock Slide. Now I know our debuff here doesn't help, but this Rock Slide will still do enough damage. Just about takes the Jellicent out. We get hexed down. That's okay. We've got a healthy Trevenant in the back. At this point, I think the play is to sack the Executor. So that's what happens. I throw, and we sneak a Confusion through. So if this is Bubble Beam, we win. If it's Shadow Ball, we lose. Shadow Ball taking this out, but they're one Shadow Claw away. But they deferred onto Scrafty. Scrafty comes back in, and this is where I was saying with the Scrafty matches, you have to be ahead on energy to win, which we are. So we go ahead and throw the Seed Bomb, just about taking the Scrafty out, and now they're out of move. Since they gave up Switch earlier, they've lost their boost. So a foul play, we will survive. Shadow Claw down the Scrafty, have the Seed Bomb ready to go for the Jellicent, and we get hexed down. We had that one. That one got me right in the feels. Into our next one, up against the Bear Trap. They end up swapping. Now Drapions another core breaker for this team because the Poison takes care of the grass and the Dark takes care of our backline. But Shadow Confusion is no joke, so I'm going to shield one of these crunches and do as much damage as I can to this Drapion, or at least get a shield back with this Psychic. I'm pretty sure I will get a shield back. I know it's resisted, but this is the Great League. Everything is paper. At this point, I'm going to let this one go and get some farm with Sudowood. If they're running Aqua Tail, we can tank 1. If they're running Sludge Bomb, we can also tank 1 because that's resisted. So I'm going to come back in here with Sudowood and hopefully counter all the way down. They do get to move here, so I'm going to let the first one go. Now my thought process here was they are going to go for another Aqua Tail, so we're going to count to 5 and try to catch. And we do. This is beautiful because now we're ahead on energy, and even though it's resisted, we can gain some farm with Trevenant here. Farm that thing all the way down. Stunfisk comes back in, they throw 3 mud shots, and they make a catch onto their Jellicent. I don't know what move they thought we were going to throw. Either way, doing super effective damage to this Jellicent here. 3 more Shadow Claws, read another Seed Bomb. They've still got a shield, so this will be getting the last shield or taking out the Jellicent. Not sure what they're saving the shield for because we've got an Earthquake stored on the Sudowood. So we get to the next Seed Bomb, but it forces a CMP tie, and this could be the Shadow Ball. So I'm going to shield, and we get Bubble Beam baited. That's okay. Trevenant doesn't care. 2 more Shadow Claws, and you see I tried to switch there, but it wouldn't let me, so I just ended up throwing the Shadow Ball. So our attack has been debuffed. Like you saw earlier, Trevenant doesn't care. Sudowood coming into Earthquake anyways, taking the win. Let's go. Tree team, turning it around, getting the W. Now this set had my Pine Cone with Bug Bite, Mirror Shot, and Sand Tomb. Up against Armageddon here. Armageddon's coming for us. Coming for the meme team. Up against Skarmory. That's okay. Not too bad of a lead. Gonna stay in here. Counter down, throw those rock slides, let them throw their sky attacks here. This rock slide will be doing a ton of neutral damage to the Skarm here. Doesn't shield, we can counter down. Now, this could be the Brave Bird. Just another sky attack, that's okay. Sudowood, a tank. Oh, when they bring in a Diggersby, that's right, yeah. Now, I could have stayed in here and shielded the Earthquake. I baited here. That was a mistake, but we get a shield. That's perfect. Then I figured I could come in here with Trevenant. Fire Punch. We can take one of those. Kind of glassy, and they have 2. That's fine. We're going to shield one of these up. Shadow Claw's not doing much, but hopefully we can pressure back with these Seed Bombs. Now, I love the angle they get on Trevenant here. It's like the more they zoom in, the angrier he is. Excellent. Getting that shield. Let's go. Now he is going to get to another Fire Punch here. We are going to shield up. It is going to do a ton of damage here, but we need to get this Diggersby low. Hopefully counter down. But they bring the Skarmory back in, so I go directly for the Shadow Ball. My switch clock isn't up. This is going to do a ton of neutral damage too. This Trevenant comes in clutch mid-game as well. Diggersby comes back in. They have a Fire Punch ready, but they're going to need to throw their energy. So we can come back in with the Sudowood. Hopefully counter down before they get to an Earthquake here, because a Fire Punch isn't going to cut it here. I try to sack onto the Fortress here because I knew it was going to be Earthquake. We could even tank a Fire Punch, and I think they called that. They were expecting that. So this is a little rough now because they're going to get to another one, and I'm not going to quite make that mirror shot. This is kind of brutal here. Fire Punch going to be taking us out. Hopefully got him enough down that we can counter down. We do, and we get to Earthquake a Galvantula. Throwing the game 101. Oh, that was not what I was planning to do. 2 Rock Slides would have done it because we're going to get Volt Switch down. Another round on me, Sudowood. We'll be at the ranch all night at this point. Up against Metal Man. Do we got a Melmetal? No, we got a Shadow Swampert. So we got to switch out of this right away. And we've swapped into some lag. So yeah.
5 minutes later. 5 minutes later.
That Swampert gets farmed down, but my opponent wants to keep playing this out, so Amandabuzz comes back in. Gonna throw the Mirror Shot just for some neutral damage here. Possibly lower his attack. Not do that much, but we're both tanks right now. And I threw the Sand Tomb just to lower his defense. You know, in case for Sudowood, I know we can take a few hits, but sometimes you want to switch into your bad Pokemon or throw the bad move, depending on what it is. Because that can make the time for your returning Pokemon a little better, saying like lowering defenses, lowering attacks, lowering stats, that kind of thing. So we can take some moves here. As you can see, Aerial Ace, not doing much this steal. So I'm just going to keep going Mirror Shots. And as you can tell from that last Mirror Shot, Sand Tomb did lower Mandabuzz's defense, and the Mirror Shot did a little bit more damage. These Bug Bites are also doing a little bit more damage. This Mandabuzz is going to throw, still not going to take us out. And we're going to Bug Bite down a bird, so let's go. Oh, and then the last Pokemon is a Venusaur. Now he's saved his shields, obviously, but we just wall this thing. Again, he's locked in here. We're going straight Sand Tomb, lowering his defenses. And a funny thing happens here. I guess I'm just going to shield just to see what he does. Lower his attack. Frenzy Plant, not going to do much. We've got 3 Pokemon here. Sand Tomb, lower the defenses. The defenses. This Venusaur's got nowhere to go. Shielding Sand Tombs. That's got to be a sad life right there. Shielding Sand Tombs. Oh my goodness. Sudowood coming in at this point. He let it go, and then this happens. Shielding a Sand Tomb and gaining counter down. And at this point, there's no disrespect here. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Oh no, I just lost all that energy. Oh yeah, I've got a Trevenant. Don't know if that was an experienced trainer or we were just having fun with the game and just having a spice off there. So GG's to that trainer. Into a Skarmory. This is okay. We've got 2 responses to that according to Pvpoke. That being Trevenant. So we're going to stay here with Sudowood here. He switches into his Bear Trap. Going to overfarm just a bit. Threaten the Earthquake. Bait the Rock Slide. Now, I could have gone straight Earthquake, but we got the shield. It worked out for us. Go into our Trevenant. We resist the Mud Shots. Even throwing these Rock Slides, we can tank one of them. So, Rock Slide coming through, not doing that much. Gonna throw the next one, and I'm gonna start shielding these because the next one is gonna hurt and get us a bit low. I still want to get up to a move here, so we do get the Seed Bomb. That Rock Slide wouldn't have taken us out, but I wanted to preserve some health in this matchup, get at least one more Seed Bomb off. And even if he does throw a Rock Slide, we still live this, I believe. So I'm not going to shield this. And yeah, Trevenant coming in clutch, still surviving a Rock Slide. Swix clocks are up, so the opponent's going to come back in with the Skarmory, and I hit the wrong charge button. It's okay, this works out for us. He shields, come back in with the Sudowood, and throw another Rock Slide. This is going to get him yellow, but now that he's locked himself into the Sudowood here, he can't do much. So even if he does Brave Bird, we will live. It gives us less farm on our Sudowood because the defense gets lowered. But that's okay. We can win this matchup and still come out with at least a Rock Slide. And we won't go down to a mud shot because we got the rock slide ready to go and the G-Fisk is low enough. So see what the last Pokemon is. And then it's a Azumarill. We get bubbled down, but that's okay. We've got shield advantage, a healthy Fortress, and we can use Trevenant as a sack swap if we have to. But this is pretty much par for the course because this Azumarill's got nowhere to go. The steel covers all the fair weaknesses. And the Ice Beam, it's resisted. Hydro Pump, we just have to watch out for that. So we're going to use at least one shield and bank on the attack debuff. And there's the Hydro Pump. We correctly shield. This Azumarill is going to take forever to charge to Hydro Pump again. So we're just going to go straight Mirror Shot. It's going to be neutral because water resists and Fairy Take's super effective. But at this point, even a Hydro Pump won't kill us. We get to another Mirror Shot. And my strategy earlier with the Sand Tomb doesn't do as much as the Mirror Shot does, plus we get Stab on it. So in this scenario, Mirror Shot's the more energy efficient move and way to go. And because we got that debuff, we survived the Hydro Pump. We were so lucky in this because if we didn't, we wouldn't have. So good game. Up against our last battle here, up against Philippe. What do you got, Philippe? We got a Talonflame, another Dream Lead, another one you want to see. Flyers in the lead. So they throw 3 Incinerates and swap into a Vigoroth, which is what you don't want to see. So we're going to go ahead and bait here and hope for a shield. Hope they're thinking we're throwing this Earthquake. Oh, fooled ya. Oh, into our Trevenant. And this is where we absolutely wall Vigoroth save swaps here. Counter, nope. Body Slam, Bulldoze, forget about it. Get out of here. Brick Break, come at me, bro. Oh, man. We can let as many body slams can come through here as possible. I mean, we're still kind of glassy, but we just wall this. We're going to build up to CB Bombs. This is the only one that we can go for. So, because adversely, Shadow Ball's resisted. So these Shadow Claws aren't doing much. Neither the counters. So we do have to throw our energy here and take this Vigoroth out here. Perfect. Now, this Talonflame is going to have a field day, but they throw. So this is excellent for us. I don't know if they were trying to pressure some Incinerate damage onto our Sudowood, because we're still resisting Incinerate. It's not doing much, and I think they realize that, and they swap into a Ferrothorn. Perfect. Now I throw the Rock Slide. I should have built up to the Earthquake. Misplayed by me, but we've got 2 shields. So I'm going to build back up to that Rock Slide. I am going to have to shield once here, but we don't have to shield a single thing over on the Fortress. We can bring out our Steel tank as well. Building up, just about to that Rock Slide. It's okay, we got 1 counter through. And because they swapped out, so they've cleared their buff. We absolutely wall this. So we are going to Bug Bite all the way down too, because Flash Cannon, Power Whip, Thunder, nothing's going to take us out. Talonflame's not even going to get some farm. We're going to have 100 energy by the time we come out of this match. We can throw Sand Tomb. Yeah, straight Sand Tomb. Lower that defense. Oh my goodness. Now, obviously, a Rock Slide will 100% KO, but now the Rock Slide will 100% KO. Also, throwing the Sand Tomb and the Mirror Shot will pressure a shield from the Talonflame, but they no-shield this one. So now we're really rough, because they're going to farm us all the way down, get 2 Flame Charges, but we get to the last Mirror Shot. This 100% will be pressuring our shield from the Talonflame. And we get it! Now we switch into the Sudowood, snipe them with the Rock Slide, and we take the win. No F's in the chat this time. Playing it properly, Sudowood cleaning house, and taking the win. So Trevenant, an excellent Pokemon in the Great League. We'll wait to see how it is in the Ultra League. So if y'all like the content, like, comment, subscribe. And I've been ArborAndy, and I'll see y'all next time, bud.